we're onto territory where I have to confess that I'm dealing with an unknown myself. What I can tell you is I don't know how units arise. I know that they do. But which is first, the chicken or the egg? Because consciousness, what I can say is that consciousness can only have apparent duration if there's a unit for it to come through, right? In other words, my dog is conscious, I'm conscious, you're conscious. On some level, the trees are conscious. Everything's consciousness. So that which is prior to consciousness, these things arise. In my own mind, the only way I can see it is simultaneously. Because there can't be a unit in the absence of consciousness. So these things have to, in some way, and I'm not pretending to really know this, but this is what is, I've given it a lot of attention. And somehow the body and arises, and simultaneously there is a spark of consciousness. And that spark is the animating presence, the consciousness that is experienced by a unit and how the unit is experienced. Like consciousness makes something happen. Consciousness also is an arising. This is kind of the head blower. But consciousness is an arising too. How do we know? Consciousness comes and goes, and you say, no, it doesn't. Well, what happens when you go to sleep? What can you tell me about consciousness then? So there is a spontaneous arising of a unit and consciousness. And the unit doesn't have to be a human unit. My dog has consciousness. But the consciousness coming through that dog doesn't appear in the same way, doesn't show up. In other words, that dog certainly knows that the food goes here and the other knows what comes out the other end, or whatever, but there's no story. And a tree will dry up if there's no rain, but it's not going to complain about it. Yeah. Not that we know, right? In the absence of consciousness, what can you know?